We want to be able to justify the amount of training, for example. All of that, either online or face-to-face, all has to be in a structured and directed approach.
How many hours a week RTO can provide online or distant learning, and what are the compliance requirements related to it?
So I'll put it into two categories because there's a different requirement for non-CRICOS RTO and different requirement for the CRICOS RTO. So we'll start with the normal RTO, the non-CRICOS RTO. There is no specific requirement from ESCWA that this many hours only you can do for non-CRICOS RTO. However, it just goes based on the course requirement, unit requirement, cohort requirement. For example, if I give you, let's say, a practical unit, so where it's a community service unit where they need to do something in simulation. So in that situation, we need to make sure that how that can done online. If that can't be done online, you may need to call them for a simulation. Some of the requirement is like a work placement. So that cannot be done online. They need to go to it. So depend on the course. Let's say some of the business course, yes, you can do pretty much online. But you need to define that, okay, what course requirement? And sometimes we also need to see cohort as well. Is the cohort has the digital literacy or not? So based on that, non-CRICOS RTO can define what component. And then you can also have option to do some blended as well. So that some of the theory content can be go online. So you can put the Scrum packages, the information, maybe a theory questions and stuff. But however, the practical part maybe depend on the simulation requirement that can be done in a simulation or that can be done in work placement. And that's how you can integrate. So other thing is about the CRICOS RTO. So the CRICOS RTO requirement is the 1/3 unit or equivalent. Summing up, it's around 33%. And if we do 20 hours a week training, so on an average, 6 hour RTO can do per unit, 6 hour per week, pretty much can do online or distance learning. Now, the second question comes is what compliance requirement? As you pretty much know, the standard for registered training organization does not define that for online learning, you have this requirement, for other, you have this requirement. Pretty much we need to make sure that we meet the training and assessment requirement and clause 1.8, 1.1, 1.2. Let's say for international student, we using 6 hour or up to 6 hour of training for online. That can be done through self-study hours. RTO can have an online learning option where they're going to go through the content like videos and stuff. They're going to complete some sort of questions and then probably that monitored by RTOs. If we, whatever hour that we claim, make sure we have a sufficient content for them. Other option can be there's a trainer-led support that can be done through online as well. When ESCWA come for audit, we're doing 5 hours a week online or this, then auditor might say, okay, then show us the evidence how you manage. I see that sometime RTO say, oh, we're doing self-study. We have this video there and student go and do it. But then if the trainer does not check or verify it, that also end up in, because we can't claim those hours. Whenever we claim, we need to make sure that we have sufficient content for the online. And then we also make checking by the login. When we check the report that how much time student pay, on an average, that report should show that on an average 5 hours has been spent for this. And that's why you need to set up your LMS system accordingly.
We want to be able to justify the amount of training, for example. All of that, either online or face-to-face, all has to be in a structured and directed approach. So there's nothing where the students are, just go away and learn about this, So I think that's a really important thing. The other point is that out of ASCRA's current 8 risk priority, you've just spoken about 2 of them. So in their current 8 priorities, one of them is that shortened course duration that they're worried about. And if we're not careful, we'll do that. Not intentionally, but we'll do it. And the other one is the online delivery. So 2 of the current risk strategies are looking at making sure shortened course duration is not impacting on the students in any way. And the second one is on that online delivery, well structured and directed, so the students are doing it and not just doing what they think should be done.